Holy smokes, guys! It's time for another project! Yay! It's butterfly time, you guys. We've had such success with all of our butterflies that we have been doing. We said, let's do another one in Keleas' favorite color, green, right? So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. This is also going to be available in the kit right there at the link below. And you can also find it on Keleas.com, where we got all the fun flowers for every project you could ever believe you want to stick flowers on. So this kit is going to come with the butterfly, the ribbon, some beautiful florals, including a green hydrangea and a crepe filler that we're going to use in there. You're going to get some floral pins, the ribbon, you get the whole roll of ribbon. You're not even going to need as much of that, but you'll have some left to do all kind of fun stuff. Then we're going to have some floral pins to hold everything together, a little block of foam, and a cable tie for our bow. So let's get started. First of all, the way this guy's going to hang is we envision him hanging up here by this antenna. So right here is where he'll hang. So we're going to do our art on this side. We're going to work our magic over here. If you wanted to do it the other way, then you could give yours a twist and do your magic here. It's totally up to you. For some reason, I'm digging this side right here. So our little piece of foam, we're going to take and just kind of pre-measure. I need it to kind of wedge in a little. Yes, I'm going to glue it to the back, but I need some support from these pieces of grapevine on the edges. So let's get this all and make sure it's going to fit. If you need to trim yours down a little, cut it, go ahead, but we need to wedge it into the corner. So now I'm going to take it, I'm going to gently dip it in my glue skillet. If you use a glue gun, I want you to be really careful that you don't get it too hot and burn yourself. So I'll just gently dip this in, and then I'm going to scrape off a lot of that excess. So I just got a nice thin coating on my whole bottom. There we go. So I got a nice coating of glue on there. Scoot that back over. And I'm going to gently just place this right on the fabric, but I'm wedging it right against the grapevine. So I'm creating a little wedge and tension because we don't want to put that much weight on that fabric. Now I'm going to come in and take a couple of floral pins. I'm dipping them in the glue. And I'm going to grab a little of this wire and just push that in on the side there. Perfect. And that's going to hold tightly between the grapevine and here. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Come on down and push it in. Push it in, push it in. Bingo. Okay, so that's nice and secure right there. 2 floral pins holding it, and then we have glue on the back. So everything is perfect. This is where the magic's going to happen. So you are going to need your own wire cutters to cut up these pieces. So let me grab mine. And I'm going to take this down and we're going to cut it into 2 sections. When you get yours, you're going to have to fluff it and give it some love, but you can see, I'm sorry, we're going to cut it into 3 sections. It easily separates into 3. So I'll take this one and cut it a couple of inches. So we'll have a nice little spray like that. All right, and on these 2, I probably can tear this just easily right down. Oh, I can, easy peasy. So I'm tearing that into 2 sections, and now I'm going to trim those off super short, about an inch on each end here. Get rid of my garbage. So I've got some little sections that are really nice and short, and I've broken that stem up into 3 pieces. So take a look at it. You'll see that 2 have hydrangeas, which are going to be beautiful. They're going to cover up all in that area. And this one has a lot of fun picks and berries. This is a great spray. It's got a lot going on, and it has a little bit more hydrangea. So we're going to work all of these things into this foam right here. This one's more simple and subtle, so we're going to hold that off for just a second and get the major players in our foam. And we'll have a bow in the middle. But we want to kind of camouflage everything first before we even get the bow on. So you can see here I'm fluffing this up. I'm giving everybody some motion. Get this guy moving, move this around. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. So that covers up that side very nicely. Now this one's got a really nice big long fern and a big chunky hydrangea with a little less of the other fern. So if I just gently overlap these, I'm going to see what kind of action I've got. Oh, that would be fine. That would be totally fine. Okay, so a little bit going up and a little bit going down. So this is the angle we are working on our design. Okay, I really like that. And what's really easy is to just pin into the foam with the pins So take one of your pins, just spread it out just a little bit, and we're going to put it in at an angle because it's a little bit too long. But if you just come in at an angle, it will be fine. I am putting just a little bit of glue on there, and we're going to shoot it into the foam at an angle. Okay, awesome. Those two are on. Okay, now the other thing I want to do is I want to pull out a couple of these little ferns that are going a little wild. I'm going to take this piece and I just cut it off, and I'm just going to come back with that, kind of layering it a little bit here on the top because I want some fern in the back, but I want some fern on the top. Okay, over here to the side. Because I've got these three in a little cluster and I just want to spread them out. Get that love and spread out a little. And let's look at what we got going on down here. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to cut this piece off. All right, move that down, and we'll just move this to the top. I'm just kind of moving those around just ever so slightly. And you can just put a little glue on that. I just dipped it in my glue pot, and then I just popped it into place. Okay, next step is we want to get the bow made next. We're going to get the bow made, and then we'll pop it into our piece. So you're going to need a cable tie and one floral pin. I'm going to move this guy out of the way for a second, and we will tie our bow. So grab your ribbon, and I want pretty liberal length tails, so probably about 14, 16, 18 inches, something like that. That's going to be one of my tails. Okay, so I'm going to twist it just right in my hand. I'm going to make a nice size loop, so you can see there. You can decide how big you want it. That's probably about 6 inches. And then I'm going to twist again. Let me hold it this way so I can see better what I'm doing here. All right. Now I'm making another loop, kind of coming back to the center. And just eyeball that and say, okay, are these guys the same length? Yes, they look good. Sorry, I'm getting a flip on that ribbon. All right, and twist again. And let's get our third loop in. So we're doing a 3-loop bow. So we've got kind of 2 loops on one side, 1 loop on the other. It looks a little wild, but while you hold that between your fingers, fluff it up, and boom, you got all this action going on here. Okay, cluster that up, and then we're going to come in and tighten up this cable tie right around the center of everything, just like that. All right, before you get it really too tight, slide in your pin, because that's how we're going to attach it to the foam. So I'm holding it, and I'm going to tighten that up. Yes! My 3-loop bow is good. The only thing I need to do now is cut my ribbon. So I'm going to cut this about the same length as the other. And I've got 2 nice tails and a really flowing bow. And now we can take and trim off this little bit left from the cable tie. Once we've got our pin in place, trim it off. Boom, we're ready. Grab your butterfly, bring it back over. We're going to put him in here, or her. Could go either way, this guy. So super cute. Let me fluff out this fern. Where are you going, fern? All right. I'm not going to worry about covering this center because we're going to put a bunch of floral in there too. I'm going to take and open this up a little bit wider, like that. I'm going to straddle these two pieces that we glued in earlier and put this one in as well. So let me get a little bit of glue on this pin. There we go. I just brought my little stick over. Oop, try not to get it on your piece. All right, we can pull it off. And I'm going at an angle because we know those pins are a little bit too long. There we go, nice. Now, wrangle in the tails, but look already, look how much fun they already are. Can you even wait to curl them? I like curling is my favorite part. I don't know where I got all this curly stuff from, but it's fun. Curl, 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 fluff these up. Okay, nice. I've got a nice loopy bow. And we've got a beautiful green going. So you can see when this is hanging on the door, you're going to have all this arrangement here, and you're still going to be able to see a great outline of the butterfly, and it's going to hang at an angle. So that's going to be really, really pretty. Now it's time to come back with all these fun pieces before we add the white. So I'm going to take these and just gently trim them so we can use them all individually. So I've cut that off to where everybody's individual now. And I need a little bit, I'd like a little bit coming up here. And if I crisscross over the center, I'll be able to cover that cable tie. And that will just make that kind of disappear, which will be beautiful. And I'm just gently pushing that into the foam. I'm dipping it in the glue first. Here's a little eucalyptus piece. I'm going to take that press that in right over here. Awesome. I've got a couple of pieces coming out. I've got up and down. And now I want to do the same thing, going down right under those curls. I'm going to take the fern first, fluff it like that, get a little glue on it. I'm coming over to my glue, and I'm coming underneath here. There we go. Very cute. So I'm just working right around my bow, keeping on building that up. I've got this little bit of yellow berry, and I'm going to use that a little bit towards the front. So I'm going to hold that off a second. Grab your white bush, and this is our white gypso, and we're going to take it and use it a couple of places. So I'm just taking it and I cut off one piece. And take a look at it, depending how high you want to go and how long you want to go. When you fluff this out, it's pretty long, but it may just be beautiful under here. How does that look? Doesn't that look pretty coming all the way up to the edge? So let's take and get some glue on that. And we'll just press that right into here. Just press it. I'm going right into the foam. I put some glue on it. It's not going to go anywhere. That's gorgeous. Let's get another piece. I'm going to grab another piece here and I'm going to trim it off. Now I'm going to do the same thing now going down. So let's take it and fluff it out. We don't need extra straw in it. Fluff it. Shake hands with each piece. Now I'm going to go down. I'm just going to go down. I'm just building the cutest little arrangement right here on this butterfly. I'm going to reach underneath and push into the foam, and we're going to go down. Oh, that's fun. Oh, this one needs to get pushed in. If you need to put a little more glue, you could put glue. So we're just softening it with the white in there. And I feel like we should get some white towards the front now as well. So I'm going to take this piece and cut it. And then let's take it and make it a little shorter. So you can see here, if I cut it here, I can make it into a couple of pieces really quickly. So look, I've sectioned that into 3 sections real fast, just like that. All right. And let's work up closer to the bow now. I'm up here in the bow. I'm coming over the top like we did earlier. There's a little bit of foam here. Perfect. I'm going to have that kind of come over. And now let's take a piece and have it roll out by those tails. Okay. Let's do that. I'm going in the glue. Coming down here, right underneath. That's nice. And one more piece down here. Just really soft, going around the bow. Just adding that little touch. Let me move some of this hydrangea back to the front, because we really wanted to show that towards the front. Let's give this fern a little bit of curl. So don't be afraid to get in there and give all that floral some movement. Guys, it's turning out super, super cute. All right, grab those yellow berries. I love this. This is precious. I'm gonna go with yellow berries right up the middle also. So I'm trying to find a little spot of foam. The cool thing, guys, the foam is totally green. It just matches. And this is a little bit long, so I'm gonna take this piece off and I'm gonna use that just on the other side here. So it looks like all of this was just growing right out of the center, right between that hydrangea. And then let me get a little bit more white in there. You're gonna have a little of this extra, but if you wanna keep going, keep going. Keep adding as much as you want. But you'll have a little white, I think, and a little bit of ribbon. So if you wanted to make a big hanger to put on here or add another bow somewhere, you have all those options. Let me add a little bit more of this gypso right in here. Just keep softening the edges. And in design school, I always talk about breaking the planes. That's what we're doing right here. We're breaking the plane of that body. And let's come back down here. I'm going to cut this just a little bit shorter and go right underneath that loop. Man, pretty, pretty, guys. I'll push it in and I'll just give that a little motion. Bring this fern up. And I think we did it! What do you think? Isn't it adorable? I knocked my sign off the table. It's so stinking cute. Y'all, you can do this. It's simple. It's easy. Next time you get a door hanger like this, see if you can soup it up. You guys know we have this kit available for you right here. The link is in right below in the comments, or you can find it over at Keleas.com. Have fun. Keep your projects simple, and we'll see you next time. Have fun with flowers. Bye, everybody.